Oh, Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant, and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. We welcome all of you for the online program and also in-person program. This is they call hybrid program of the Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. We are right now, the first part of the program is study circle, and we are doing the study circle on Gita Vahini. And you have received in the email, we are starting on page 21, if it is a soft copy, and it is you have the book, the hard copy, it is page 36. And we are going to start with the paragraph, desire the fruits of karma and you get bound. So for the sake of continuity, we'll discuss what we discussed, major points we will recapitulate. So first Swami says we are all bound by karma. The reason we are born is because of karmanubandhena loke. Because of whatever good and bad, both will make you then. Because of that, we are born. But karma jivis. Whereas avatars, they are beyond karma. They come us to release us from the bondage of karma. It's like it gave an example, Swami, like in a prison, people are there, right? So they're because of the bad things they did. Whereas also the prison guards also are there they're also in the same prison, but they can. What is the difference? They can anytime come in, they can anytime leave. So avatar, they are not bound by that because they are the one who are taking care of prisoners. They can let them out. So same thing. We are all in this earth bound by the karma. So the ultimate purpose is to be not bound by karma. And last week, I want to read it again. This very important point. So because we are bound by karma, we want to get off the karma. Then you are liberated. What is liberation? Liberation is from the bondage of karma. Here it says, cultivate that buddhi yoga, then through it, liberate yourself from the bondage of karma. So Swami is giving a straight solution. You have that buddhi yoga, then you are not bound by the karma. Then really you become the true you are. We also talked about, Swami said, we are three people. So what we think we are, what others think we are, and what we really are. We always think about self body. We talked about it, how whether we are man, woman, or young, old, intelligent or not. So this is all come into the body. And then what others think you are, they think about our mind and intellect. Oh, that person is very sharp, very intelligent, very scholarly, or that guy is very ignorant, or that person is very vicious, very bad, so too talkative and too much gives troubles to others. So judge the people, how that person is very helpful. Like that what they assess your character. That is what others think you are. Then ultimately who you are none of them. You are that Atman. That's why Swami says, once you are that, really speaking, you, the true you are above and beyond karma. There is no more karma. So once we know who really we are, not this, what we think we are, what others think we really are, then no more karma can bind us. No more, it is karma. Like beautiful example, he said there's a rope, it will bind us. The same rope, you burn it, it looks like a rope, but you want to bind it, you can't because all ashes. It looks like a rope, but it doesn't. Similarly, the man whose karma is burnt by jnana, it can't bind it. So that is why he says this buddhi yoga is important. We want to get rid of our karma, we want to have buddhi yoga. Last week I asked Swami how to develop buddhi yoga. There are many methods. One is Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. That you worship me with a lot of love and devotion. You are attached to me. Then I will give you the buddhi yoga like he gave to Arjuna in the war. So everybody could not see the Vishwarupa cosmic form, whereas he could see because he gave him the Divya Chittru. Like you go to a movie, they give you special glasses. So he gives you, only he could see that cosmic form. And other people, only 2 or 3 people, Dhritarashtra and Sanjay, Hanuman, like that. Now, but the rest of the people, not even Pandavas or Kauravas, nobody can see it. So God, in His love and compassion, He will give us that divine vision where we can see that thing. That is, but for that we need to be attached to God. I heard a cute story. One doctor, she used to serve in Swami's hospital, very dedicated lady. So, but once you're busy at work, she wants to go to darshan morning, evening, because that is the most precious gift we have when avatar is there, the darshan. Nobody wants to miss it, even the professors and doctors, everybody, we rush for that. But when you're in emergency, a doctor, she cannot go sometimes, darshan. So one time she could not go, she was crying, sad, my God, I missed the darshan, what is the purpose of being a doctor? So then she realized, why I'm crying? Because I'm attached to this. Swami says attachment causes pain. So you should not be attached. So I'm getting attached to Swami. That is why I'm crying. So we should not be attachment for God. Then Swami sees that he knows the thoughts. So he was talking to the students and these women and these doctors also were there. Swami gave a nice, beautiful example. So we have got a lot of water, big pot full of water. You put just 2 drops of milk. What will happen? That will be water only, right? You can't take any. You have got big pot full of milk. You put 2 drops of water. What will happen? The whole thing is milk. Similarly, he says, Swami just gave a lesson to her. God, who is embodiment of detachment, so you get attached to Him, that means you put them, what will you become? You will become detachment itself. What a beautiful example. So, and he looked at her and said, so she got the message. So when you are attached to God, no doubt, like Gopikas, they were crying, they could not. But best attachment in life, as Sri Ramakrishna said, is attachment to God. Automatically you will get detached because God is embodiment of detachment. We have seen how Swami will be talking one thing, a man will be scolding somebody angry, next minute he will be smiling and talking to a baby. That means he doesn't have that. Same thing, Lord Rama, he was about to be coronated. She was so happy. So they are embodiment of detachment. They are not like human beings. We cry, oh my God, it's supposed to happen. This doesn't happen. So the best is, that is one path. Second is, Swami was taking selfless service. Then like everybody, nahi kashchit chanamabi. We cannot, none of us can live without service, without activity, but do it as a nishkama karma. Just love for love's sake, God's sake, you do that. So that is also, it should be spontaneous. Like Swami gave the example of this lady, Draupadi. You know that when he had a cut in the finger, and then everybody was running to Lord Krishna. He's enacted a play, so to get the piece of cloth. But Draupadi didn't think twice. She had a new sari. She tore part of it and put it on him. That means spontaneous and love and sacrifice. And I had an amazing incident similar to in the presence of Swami. In 70th birthday, I shared a long time ago, of Swami, there are so many people, millions of people were attending. So they had to even put extra, in addition to the buildings, they have extra guest houses, there's temporary buildings, tents and all that they built 108. But, but they don't have proper drainage system. So just 2 days before the birthday, there was some smell coming in the mandir around the ashram. So where people were concerned, what is this little bad smell, bad odor was coming. So then the Swami told them nobody was doing anything. Yes, Swami, yes, Swami. And Swami scolded the senior leaders. You say, yes, Swami, what are you doing about it? So everybody ran hither, the other, this corner, that corner, this corner. Everybody was ran. So then they found in this N6 building, on the back, for temporarily, they put a sewage, this tank, like a drain for the drainage. They put a place, and from there, it's supposed to be drained into the general thing. Then they found that there, that whole thing was blocked with all these dirty things, excreta, everything. So that was backing into the main pipes. So they were thinking what to do. Meanwhile, just by the time they're thinking, there was a young man. He jumped into that sewage place. People were shocked. What happened? This guy, they wanted to pull him up. He may die there. So then he went there. He took the garbage there, threw up. He down there, garbage 15 times up and down, he told. And there was even excreta. Then the thing which was blocking that sewage thing, then it went completely. Everybody was relieved. They were so happy. They said, what a good job. Then they washed him because he was wearing a scarf and the thing. They washed him with a pipe and water, and he was all clean. So they were all very happy. So then a birthday time came. Everybody, Sevadal, they will be sitting in the darshan for Swami's blessings and Pad Namaskar. So this boy is a young fellow. He's not an officer or anything. So he was sitting in a corner. So nobody told this boy did that. So that is what God knows everything. He's called Sarvadarshi, Sarvatotchi. So he goes straight to this boy. First he gives him a nice emerald ring. Then he blesses him, materializes, gives vibhuti. And then again he gives him a chain. He puts in the neck. That is all good. But finally he says one thing. You won't be born again. No more rebirth for you. Because this guy did spontaneous, selfless service. So this is why we said you won't be born, because he didn't calculate like officers what will happen, who is doing this, whom to delegate this. Just spontaneous act. He didn't think about his health or cleanliness. He jumped into that. So that is another way to go beyond the bondage. Third thing. So we talked about bhakti, karma. Third is buddhi yoga, self-inquiry. We should have who am I? For that, one of the best thing is like Ramana Maharshi, if you are no body consciousness, you can do that. But for that, the best thing is chanting Gayatri Mantra. That is why it is most non-denominational, and it is the one which illumines our intellect. So now we talked about in the past. So I want to volunteer each one by one. Anybody says Gayatri. So what is this? This is, I will tell few points. Was there in the Rigveda mantra and also Yajurveda mantra. We chant this just this now, and again we'll chant at the end of the prayer. So what is mantra? So I talked about this. Mantra is mananat trayate iti mantra. By contemplating which it protects you. So just thinking about you, it protects you. And also it's Gayatri. Why is it called Gayatri? Gayante trayate iti Gayatri. By chanting which you will be saved. So this is what the power is. And it is there in our website. Swami said 3 important things. What are those? Sarva Roga Nivarini Gayatri. All our diseases, physical, mental, spiritual, it removes. Second, Sarva Dukkha Nivarini Gayatri. All our sorrows, it will get rid of. Sarva Vancha Pala Siddhi Gayatri. He gives you, bestows you all your wishes, which are good wishes. Bad wishes you don't, because Mother Gayatri. And who is the presiding deity for Gayatri? Sun God, sun. And but it's Gayatri Mata, you see, but whenever you see that, they will show the five-faced mother, this Gayatri Mata. And the Rishi is Vishwamitra. And the Chandas is also Gayatri Chandas. So, but this, when we chant, the very important is, we have talked about, you need to know the meaning. And then that will illumine the intellect. Once it doesn't say, Lord, give me this, give me that. It just, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So it has three components. One is praise, Savitru. Second is meditation, meditate. Third is prayer. So these are the three components of the Gayatri. So anybody wants to say first about the praising aspect? Om is the pranava. Bhur bhuva swaha. What is the explanation of bhur bhuva swaha? Good, very good, Chiranjeevi. There is one thing that is Swami said: materialization and vibration and radiation. And then really what the scriptures say, Bhur Bhuva Swaha. That's why I'm telling is we chanting, then you do the Om, when you say chant Om itself, that is Pranava, Ekakshar mantra. Then we do that, it is embodiment of all gods and goddesses. Om Ityekaksham Brahman, it represents sound symbol Brahman. For Ganesha, you say that, for Shiva, for Vishnu, for everybody, Om is, when you think of Om, the Brahman we should think about. Bhur Bhuva Swaha has four aspects. Bhurbhuvas is this Earthlok, this is Bhumi, and then Swarlok, that's heavens, and world of mains, Pitruloka. All the worlds, different worlds are covered. So three, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. The earth, and Swarloka, and main. And second thing is, it covers three gods, Agni, Vayu, and Surya. That means fire god. So that's when you're chanting. And Vayu means wind god, and sun. So sun is the presiding deity, because these are all important. Sun is the living divinity. Like, for example, Rama, we pray. Did you see Rama? Only somebody put a picture. Krishna, if we say, did you see Krishna? No. So all this thing, we didn't see Buddha, we didn't see. Fortunately, we saw Kali Yuga Avatar Swami. That is, we are blessed. But sun is the living God. You can see every day directly. Nobody can question that. That is why it is worshipped by many for millennia in all over the world. So Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So sun and Agni. So fire is needed for both internal fire, external fire, and Vayu, the air. Without air, we are dead, right? The minute we are out of air, we are gone. So there is another three aspects it covers. And another thing is covers three Vedas: Rigveda, Yajurveda, and Samaveda. And also it controls three pranas: prana, apana, vyana. And then it controls the three things, he says: materialization, and then vibration, and radiation. So these are once you say Bhurbhuvaha, all these things should come. And what do Bhurbhuva? Tat Savituru Varenyam. Varenyam means somebody names were also Varenyam. Varenyam means adorable. He is so adorable. Worship. He is to be worshipped. So Lord, who is that? Savitur. Savitur means is for sun god, and also for Brahman also you call. So from which all these things come. So first you praise him, Lord, from which all these things come. These Vedas, these pranas, these lokas, and these things. So we adore you. Why then we adore? What will you do? Bhargo devasya dhimahi. So that means we meditate on the divine brilliance. Devas, Divya means itself is light. That's why they are called Devatas. So that Bhargo devasya, the divine brilliance, we meditate on that thing from all that, this Supreme Brahman, all this came, and we are meditating on that Supreme brilliance. Then what we do, that is the meditation. Then third thing is prayer. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. That means, oh Lord, I pray for the Dhi. So please give me the Dhi. So this also we covered before in our discussion. So Karthik, I think you are expert in that, right? So you want to cover, when you say Dio, what are we praying? We should know what we pray for. So just, Lord, give me. So that's where somebody says, Shri Suktam, they chant, Oh Mata, Lakshmi Tvam Nashyamahe. Sometimes they say, let Lakshmi be destroyed. Alakshmi. So you use one word wrong, the whole meaning changes. So we should know what we are praying and how we are praying. If you don't say, just you say, Lord, give me the intellect, that is okay. But when you do a mantra, you should do that. You want the. What is the we are asking about? Good. This one is spiritual heart. It has 5 components, I said. Second, Meda. Good. Why you are looking at it? That's what I was thinking. When this guy is cheating. So I said, oh my God, so confidently. This is good. It is better at least look at it, tell, rather than not knowing. The good, you tell. So the is first is spiritual heart. Meda is higher intellect, not regular, where it makes you discriminate good and bad. Third, prajna, awareness. This is prajnanam brahma. Brahman is prajnanam. The third is prajna. Fourth, Dhruti. What is that? Dhruti. Higher willpower. We all need to do anything in life. We need a willpower. Otherwise, without willpower, that is why, I want to give up this, bad habits, desires. But still, our weak mind goes. So you need that strong willpower. Then, that is important because everybody is concerned about dementia. Smruti is higher memory. So it gives you memory. That is why people who chant, Swami has said before, Gayatri, why this is this, we are going to have in a couple of weeks again Akhanda Gayatri. Every 2 months we have Akhanda Gayatri. August 19th and 20th. We are going to send the communication. That time we are going to have Akhanda Gayatri. So when we do that, so much we hear for that, which is so powerful. This is one of the most powerful mantras ever given. So to illumine the intellect, so that it will show us in the in the right direction and get out of the wrong path. I will tell you another day the story how this Vishwamitra got this thing. What does Vishwamitra mean? Friend of the whole universe. Mitra means friend. Vishwa means the whole universe. He's the friend of the whole universe because he gave this mantra for us, for our. And it doesn't nowhere talks about this country, which is for irrespective of race, religion, creed, and caste. It can be done. So another time we'll talk about how it came out, because otherwise we can't proceed further. So just because this Buddhi Yoga come, which is important, how we need to have that so that we proceed the right path. Okay, please go ahead, Nirupa. Page 36 and there page 22.
Sairam. Desire the fruits of karma, and you get born again and again, caught up in that desire. Give up that desire, you are liberated from the flux. The practice of this type of renunciation ends the state of bondage. The main point is to stick to the goal. The goal is karma, not karmaphala. Let me tell you that the desire for the fruit of one's actions is an indication of Rajoguna, which does not befit you. Perhaps you will prefer to remain inactive. Well, that is an indication of Tamoguna. It is even worse than Rajoguna. The Lord has laid down 4 commands. The first one, a do, and the other 3, don'ts. The first insisting on the cultivation of strength, and the rest requiring the avoidance of weakness. Of course, it is not Arjuna alone that got such advice. The whole of mankind needs it. Arjuna is only the representative man. Students of the Gita must learn this lesson first, that the Gita is primarily for every seeker. Another point to be noted is this. Gita is addressed to man, not to birds and beasts, or to the gods or devatas. Man performs acts prompted by the desire for the fruits thereof. If the act does not yield fruit, he will not do the act at all. Profit, gain, reward, result, these man seeks. But this rule does not apply to those who take the Gita in their hands, to drink the nectar of the Lord's message. Not all do yearn for the nectar, and if you do so, it is evident that you aspire for eternal joy, eternal liberation. Then you must pay the price, the giving up of the desire for the fruit of action, and dedicate everything at the feet of the Lord. Here, what Bhagwan tells us and what Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, and this is sort of really the message of the Bhagavad Gita, that battling our ego versus our true destiny. But I think this point is really important, that the Gita is addressed to man, not to birds or beasts or to gods or devatas, because for man, and I think he really stresses this point, whenever there is any type of action, any karma, really, what we attach is the consequence of that karma, whether it's favorable or unfavorable. And when we do that, the intention usually surrounds whatever action we partake. When we look at nature, when we look at animals, we look at even plants, and various members of the kingdom, our environment, they really follow a true dharma. Even when we look at the animals that even go, that are more predatorial, it's really their divine nature to be that way. And it's not, the intention is not, let me gain from this per se. It's their divine nature, and it's how they will get through that particular lifetime before their soul is evolved into the next life. So I think that example really stuck with me, that nature really follows a dharma, whereas with humans, we attach a lot more to the result or the fruit, and therefore it's harder to stick to that dharma. And so we're always kind of emotionally on this little roller coaster.
Yeah, that is an important point you made. Nature, that's what Swami says, nature is the best teacher. Nature is the greatest teacher. Because where did the nature come from? Prakriti came from God himself. He's the source. That's why in the beginning you think, oh Lord, you gave this gift. Then you should think nature is not only a gift, it is a manifestation of God. Because God went into every particle, every atom of the whole creation. That is why in the Vishnu Sahasranam first they say, Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro. That means this whole universe itself is God. To think that something else, one of the devotees was sharing that he was going with Swami in the car. Swami said, do you want to see God? Yes, Swami, because Swami was sitting next. Then Swami says, roll down the window. That is God. That means everything you see is God. That we try to seek God. We should try to see God, everything we see. That is why they're very important to realize that. And talking about the nature as finally, your real nature is God, because it is actually called Shiva and Shakti, the Brahman and his manifestation, Prakriti. They're all same. So you should see that. And that is why Swami says, how do you learn from nature? The whole nature, it teaches you sacrifice. Like Swami, there is a beautiful, nice poem where it says, do the tree which gives the fruits, does it eat its own fruits? It doesn't eat. It gives for the sake of others. Rivers which flow, do they drink their own water? They don't drink, they give it. Cows which give milk, do they drink their own milk? They give it to the people or to the calves. So all these things in the nature, whether it is trees, the rivers, and cows, everything teaches you live. That's finally Swami says, Paropakaram idam shariram. The body is given to the service of others. That is the beauty of the nature. But as Swami said here, man doesn't follow the dharma. So most of the thing is selfish centeredness. That's all the whole things. So Vivekananda says, I and mine and for me. If we get rid of that, that is it. That is the liberation. Swami says, Nenu, Swami beautiful, Nenu, Naku, Nadi. So just he always says, me. And then for this is my belongs, my family, my friends, my bank. And for my sake, that is the one which causes bondage. That is why Swami gave solution. What is the solution? First, every act we do dedicate it to the God. So Lord, this is I am working from morning. That's why yesterday, I don't know how many of you read every day. Please subscribe to Telegram, WhatsApp. We get every day is thought for the day. Yesterday we put in that morning prayer, evening prayer, which Swami himself gave in 1961. How in the morning we should pray, morning prayer and the evening prayer. So very nice, because every day, Swami beautifully said, every day we die. Everybody will be sure. Every day we are born. So this is called Nitya Pralayam. There are three types. Pralaya means dissolution. Nitya Pralayam, every day you have pralaya disappears. Mahapralaya means when the whole thing, deluge, which happens. Nitya Pralayam is the sleep. The minute you go into sleep, that's the death. You're going to death. The minute you wake up, that is your birth. So every day we are going to death, we are going to born. So that is why Swami beautifully gave the prayer. Lord, I am coming into the thing. Morning, so just things, so just how dedicated. There's a beautiful prayer, morning prayer. You wanted to say something, Krishna? You can read even that prayer, so that is very...
Yes, I am now born from the womb of sleep. I am determined to carry out all the tasks of this day as an offering to thee. With thee present your my mind and thoughts. Let me not inflict pain and direct me and guide me this day.
Let me not inflict pain others
and not others. Yeah,
inflict also pain on me. So like that, just and after finishing the whole day, they have sleep prayer. So just it is. We used to frame and give it. Yeah, this is important. This is how we need to. So one is dedicating all our activities to God. Second is to be convinced that only God is the doer, not we are not doing anything. So you should have that. We say that from mouth, but it's not really comes from the heart. You should have complete conviction God is the doer. So that for that, Lord Krishna shows Arjuna, he had to kill these people, right? So he's thinking, how can I kill? Then in that cosmic vision, he shows they're already killed. He shows in there. So that means what is this guy is doing? That is why he says, Nimitta matram bhavas havyasachin. It's like a mantra. You just happen to be there. I'm giving credit to you. I killed them. Lord has killed them. He is just giving nimitta. You just happen to be there and the instrument. So second is always remind ourselves we are the instruments, because forget even doing spiritual work or service activities. Sometimes we get carried away. Oh my God, this thing, because the shows whenever we get agitated by the results of our actions, something doesn't go our way, somebody praises, we get elated. That means we think we are the doer. Somebody criticizes, hey, you are doing terrible job, you get down. That means also you have God thinking you are the doer. If God is the doer, let him get the blame. Why do you want to worry about it? Just I give it to you. So just whether it is a praise or blame. So that means you should have complete conviction that he is the doer. And then the two major obstacles, as you said, is ahankara and mamakara. That I am the pride that we are doing, and then I want the results of the action. So everybody wants that is why, but we'll have the results of the action though. Let me tell you, Swami said, we talked about that. Anybody remembers? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma palahetur bhut. So that means, what is the explanation? Anybody? Swami gave a beautiful inside explanation. He didn't say that means you are right to action, but not to the fruits. That is what a lot of people comment. Swami says this is wrong. As you sow, you reap. Mango seed, we put mango tree, you will get neem seed. As long as you do something good act you do, you get good. Bad act you do, bad. There is no doubt about this law of karma. But here says not na phaleshu. He didn't say ma phaleshu. Na phaleshu means you don't have a right. But Lord Krishna said ma phaleshu. That means you are entitled, but willingly you give the fruits. Like means we grow up the tree and the fruit came, and we willingly give it to the Lord. Not that we are not going to get. We'll get whatever that the law of karma is. Whatever you thought, word, and deed you did, it is bound to get the results. So that is why it is important, good thought, good word, and good deed. So that willingly you give it to the Lord. Ma phaleshu kadachana, not na phaleshu. So this is the important message, because every one of us, the Swami says, we are going to do a nahi kaschit kshanam api jatu tistatya karma krit. So nobody, not even a kshanam api, that means a second, without doing some action. That is why, then how you do that? Anyway, we have no choice. So better to do it so that we are not bound by this action by through the Buddhi Yoga, or just these two things, completely dedicating all activities to God and seeing that we are not the doers. Then you'll get the eternal liberation. Anybody has any comments or questions now?
The one thing I want to share is that in Narayana Suktam also it says, Antar Bahishcha Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Stitaha. So inside, outside, everywhere is only Narayana. You're talking about what Swami said to that person, see outside that's God there, because God is inside the car also. The thing is, often we forget. That is a normal. We always say when we come here to the study circle, we get a little bit charged up and then goes back to the work and again forget about all these things. And then again it come back, we get charged, again go back. So it is again and again the same thing. But one thing though, subconsciously something is happening in our mind. If we do ourselves something 25 years back, how I was, now I come back. So same thing, we should go inside and see, then some ourselves we can say that, yeah, I'm improving, I'm loving this, right? The thing is, it doesn't going to come right away that, oh, this jnana is going to just dawn on me and then it's done. If you look at the great yogis, how many decades and people they have done. But one of the beautiful thing we all need to understand is, we just switch and put the Gayatri and see Swami's darshan coming. So beautiful that after decades they will see that the Lord, if we even little bit, just a sense that, oh, Swami is here, we present, Swami is right now here, that bhavam automatically comes, then we will get tuned. There is no problem with that. So that is, I think slowly we have to develop that attitude that Swami is here, Swami is here, Swami is here. Then inside, outside, everywhere we will try. The real reason that we are not, and we are attached to this karma pala actually, is the wrong identification. That's what when I had a discussion with Dr. Reddy's father, Dr. Adivi Reddy, he said, what is the real problem? It is wrong identification. So wrong identification is there. Till that wrong identification is there, we will continue to do the same thing. But like a stone, it just slowly go on doing thing, and then finally that diamond becomes a diamond. Like that, we have to go on doing this, and without giving up, that perseverance will get to the point, will get to that final realization. Sairam.
Yeah, that is what you said. Oh, why the yogis get it and people who get it don't get. Two important things Lord Krishna says. He says, I can't control my mind. He says, Lord Krishna, samshayam mahabalo manodurnigraham chalam. What is the solution? Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagya chagrahiti. Two important things for all of us spiritual seekers if we want to realize God. Constant practice. Same like a scheduled time, your prayers, your sadhana, whatever it is, completely should have no choice. That is called abhyas, constant practice. Second is vairagya, dispassion. Still you want this, you want to go here, you want to there, attachment. You can, there's a simple things we practice, we talk every time. There's this president of the center announces, leave quietly, not for fun. There is a reason, because you said he was telling, we talk about it, then we go on the car, and then you talk just right away, you will forget that in the living room, in the driveway. You should think, oh, what did we talk about? Actually, when with Swami, whenever we drive, where we used to have Vedanta Center in Hollywood, when we come home with my daughters, we used to, on the way, what did we learn? What did we hear? So if you go on recollecting that, then it sinks to you. Otherwise, here you are half an hour. But you need to carry that. For that, you need to practice that silence. Swami was very serious about that. When after darshan, he says, if you go on chatting with people, you lose the whole vibration. It's like leaking pot. You fill it up, by the time you can, it's gone because you leaked it with the chatting. That's what the churches do, temples, where it is social gathering. But we are a spiritual thing where we had to have that intensity. Focus is that, not thing. We don't want to be anti-social, but that's what these important things we learned, the vibration of the bhajans and study circle, you carry it with us. And for that, the contemplating the what we discuss that. So I mean, so see, these are the simple things. If you don't practice, any amount, any number of years, we'll be wasting our time. So I think almost time up. Anybody else has any comments or questions? Okay, so then we'll continue next week, Saira.